What's going on, guys? Welcome to Axis Football 2018's Beta 3.0. There's been a lot of changes in this build, and I'm going to go through them. You can see he's added the base teams check and a mod check here to make it easier to use. I'm just going to go with base teams right now because I want to showcase some of the new teams that they've added. They've added some Canadian teams like the Winnipeg Devil Cats right here. And I really want you guys to pay attention to something that's a prelude here. Axis League, it's kind of faded up at the top there. That's going to allow us to separate different entire leagues. Like, we can create the NFL league and we can put it in there, and we'll be able to switch between them, college, NFL. I'm hoping this will be integrated into the franchise in some way. Here's the Mexico City Jaguars. This is a new team. Montreal Terrapins. It's nice that they're giving the Canadian teams some love here in Axis Football. I really appreciate the effort here. We got the Vancouver Mallards. Of course, you see the Devil Cats. But I'm going to use some Canadian teams here. I'm going to go through some of these quality of life improvements in this build that a lot of it was from my feedback from a couple of years ago, and it's finally getting implemented into the game. We're going to go through all that here. Now, if you've seen Ryan Moody's video, you know that they've added a buttload of preset variations here. The military is another variation that they've added, which I did not see. Nice homage to the people that serve our country. But that's just another thing that they've added in this update. There's been some new plays implemented. The pistol is now finished. I'm going to be using that. There's still some glitches and bugs, guys, but that's just the way it is in beta. There's new stadiums here. The Harbor with a blue turf alternate, and you can imagine this will be used in mods for like a Boise football, Boise State or whatever. I like the shadowing here in the Metro Park. There's been some nice detail to these stadiums here. Here's the launch pad. I'm not sure how many stadiums is going to be in the final build, but I heard somewhere like more than a dozen or something. But here's some old ones here. They've taken out the old stadiums. Rest in peace, my stadium and Sackmaster. Now here's something I wish he would change. I hate to have to quit switching the difficulty every time, but maybe he'll get to that. He's a busy man, so you gotta pick your battles here. Very minor thing there. I didn't realize I had the commentary turned off here. I was like, where's the commentary? There's still a few bugs with the commentary. This is a really nice stadium here. I like this. Maybe when we eventually get instant replay, we can view it in more ways. I love that he's added a very a numerical value now, so we don't have to guess about the camera zooms and the heights and all that. That's a very welcome change. That's the first thing I want to talk about. He's also added you can take away the sideline players and the cheerleaders. That's for better performance, which is a nice touch there. Of course, you know you can switch between icon passing and aimed passing, and I will always go with aimed passing. It's the best way to play. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, the ability to put it wherever you want. We have penalties now. As you can see, we do have penalties. I'm not going to put them up all the way. I'm going to put them all on, but I'm not going to make the frequency very high. I'm going to do about half. I played with a maxed out bar, and I was getting a lot of holding calls, so we're going to go with the 15 here. Half of 30 is 15, so we're going to go 15 here. There's been a lot of nice little touches. Here's the first touch that I asked for a while back, but it never got put in. You can see the text is bold now. It's much more visible. The other text was very blurry. You couldn't see it very well. This is a very nice visual addition here. The bold. It's more something like you would see in Madden 08 for the PC. It's actually probably the same font. Now we're going pistol here. A lot of people say that running is overpowered, but no. They'll get onto you if you keep running the football. You'll see me get stuffed quite a few times here. I'm demonstrating here. Did you see it? Did you hear it? A manual cadence now. We have a manual cadence. We can actually do a hut. Now the discipline stat needs to be integrated into this because you can draw people off sides. That would be amazing. But I don't think it's been quite implemented yet, but it is definitely in talks. So yeah, I love that. So now we have a manual cadence. We can actually hut.
Brings up a crucial third down.
Demonstrating again how good this aim passing can be. A lot of people might diss this game, and they have the right to do so, but unless you've played it, you know, don't criticize it unless you played it. I mean, because it is a fun game. It's a fun game. I mean, yeah, it's got problems, but considering where this developer has come from and what he's had to work with, you can't help but give this guy credit, this whole team credit.
This QB did the same thing. That pass was dead on.
Again, I'm demonstrating it. Now here's a penalty. Now I know all the players disappear, but that's something that they just have to work with right now. Just showing you guys that there are penalties and they are working. The drop down has been slowed down per YouTube requests. The drop back and the release of the ball has been slowed down a bit. I still think the kicking needs an overhaul though, still. But the game is fun. And I play video games to do one thing, and that's to have fun. And I have fun with this game. If you learn it, if you figure out, okay, this game is not so bad if you get used to it, you know, you can have a great time with this game. And the customization, and we still haven't even seen franchise mode yet, guys. I mean, come on. There's a lot still left to work to be done, but guys, I'm very excited. This is the best iteration of Axis Football that we've ever had. This beta build here is the best version of Axis Football that we've had in years. A lot of things are finally getting put in. The developers are doing as best they can, and I'm just excited for the indie football scene this year. We got the Maximum and we got the Axis right now. Of course, you know how I feel about Cal Anderson now. That's a train wreck. We're not going to talk about that. But now we can actually switch players quicker. So if you played Madden 08, you know that there's a way you can switch from the D-line to the linebackers to the safeties. So now you don't have to go all the way through them. As you can see, I'm just going straight to a corner, straight to it. There's a glitch right there where the running back. And there's a nice little splash right here. This wasn't there before. Whenever there's a quarter ending, you now have like a splash screen. But yeah, I really like the changes, and keep adding. And there's a little tip ball there and a catch that hasn't been in Axis Football yet, and now it's in here. Things are getting implemented, guys. It just takes time. You have to understand that you can't build a football, something as complex as a football game, in just a few years with what these guys have had to work with. Holy crap, man. I mean, I'm just so impressed with what they've had to work with and what they've given us. I mean, you can criticize all you want, but I'm just flabbergasted. I just can't believe how good they've done. Portraits will be in, guys. I just haven't been able to mod it yet because there's some issues with the player editors. So I can't text right now. I can't go in there and change anything. And I could do it on the outside, you know, with the files, but unfortunately I have an issue there too with my Photoshop has been, or not my Excel has been expired, so I can't. I have to find another way to do it, but I will. I have all the portraits ready for this year's NFL teams. I just haven't been able to implement them yet, but they are ready to be put in. I just can't do it yet. And I do believe Knightman is working on his college football mod. He is getting a lot of progress. He's doing everything with that. He's doing the names and everything for all the teams, and that's a huge undertaking for 100-something college football teams. Holy crap, I couldn't do it. Anyway, you can see that the drop back has been slowed down. I'm exporting a little glitch here where I can get to the quarterback. This is the way Danny can actually see it too. They've had a lot of trouble trying to figure out how to balance the defensive lines and stuff, but it's going to happen in time, guys. It's a very nice update. I really can't wait until franchise mode is revealed, because that's the bread and butter of this year's title. It's been held under wraps, but there's reasons for that, guys, and I'm not going to get into that. But we are going to get a franchise mode this year, a
Pass
true
complete
franchise
to
mode.
number 23. That'll bring up a fresh set of downs.
So that's something to look forward to. Really enjoying the new plays. We have a lot of plays this year. A lot of plays. There's a lot of variation, and every team has their own playbook now, so it's going to be like, well, not their own. There's not that many playbooks, but, I mean, if you're a power running team, you'll have those kind of plays. Passing team, you'll have more pass plays. It just, that way it has more of a personality, and I like that. Now, I still think that the pursuit needs to be a little more. They should have sacked me by then. But I will get sacked quite a bit in this game if I try to just drop back. But yeah, I'm going to leave you guys with the rest of the gameplay. This is the first time I've actually had a full game, but I have the accelerated clock on, so it's not going to be very long. But hope you guys follow Axis Football and give your feedback in the comment section. Try to do constructive criticism, if anything. I mean, you got to understand, there's a lot of work still to be done, and we know that, but it's a fun game right now. I really enjoy it. I'll see you guys next time.
He said he'll give them a pep talk and get back to work in the second half. Back to you.
Emma, thank you. Third down.
Set.
He steps back to pass. Launches a pass deep down the field. That'll be enough for the first down.
Red 44. Red 44. Tonight.
He hands it to the runner. The defensive line adjusts their position.
Green 29. Go.
Padilla makes the pitch. He steps in for 6.
That was a great call by the coach and great execution by the players.
The kick is made. It's good. Here comes the kicking team. Salazar boots it. Fielded at the 4-yard line. Tackled after a return of 42. The home team will start from the 47.
Go!
Makes the handoff to number 23.
Green 29. Green 20.
He drops back. Throws a fastball across the first down line. And that's enough for a first down.
Talk about rifling a pass in there, Dave. Next week, I'm bringing him duck hunting with me. I can save money on bullets with this guy.
Second down. The third quarter comes to a close. We're all knotted up at 7-7. 5 defensive backs for the away team.
Blue 33. Go!
Clayton on the carry. That will move the chains.
Not a run that's going to make his highlight reel, but he keeps adding to his yardage today with that first down.
Throws one.
Back when I was playing, if a receiver dropped a pass, he'd run a mile. If we see him running up and down the sideline, we'll know why.
And it's off. Lining up on second down.
Green 33. Green 33. Ready? Hike.
Throws a fastball to the left side of the field. That brings up a crucial third down.
Green 46. Green 46.
He drops back. Grabbed out of the air by number 16. That'll be enough for the first down.
Set. Go!
Bullet pass. The receiver can't bring it in. Second down.
Black 8. Black 8. Set. Tonight.
Tosses one to the back. Third down. Third down and long.
Green 29. Green 29.
He steps back to pass. Tosses a pass. Out. He scored.
I'll tell you, these two work on that in practice all the time. They could do this in their sleep, but it sure gives the defense nightmares.
It's good. The home team moves into the driver's seat. 14-7.
The home team pulls ahead with that score late in the game. The only question is whether or not they left too much time on the clock for the other team. The away team has a great opportunity to get back out in front of this ball game on this drive.
Go! Drops back into the pocket. A penalty marker on the play. And he's tackled up near the 49-yard line. The away team takes a timeout here. Well, we'll see if that holds up after the penalty. The home team.
46. Most holding penalties are the result of poor positioning by the blocker, where they use their hands to compensate for being out of position.
That will bring up second down. Third play of the drive.
Blue,
the home
26.
team backs their secondary up. Nash brings him down in the backfield. Loss of 9. The away team will call their third and their final timeout here.
33. These are the types of situations you always want to stay out of because the defense can just pin their ears back and rush the passer. Blue 7. Blue 7. Go.
Dropping back. Throws the ball short.
That's a tough break for the offense, but it's simply the nature of going for it on fourth down. 39. Black 39. Go.
Tate drops back. Tosses the ball out to the sideline.
Boy, Dave, you talk about a bullet pass. That ball could have been pulled over mid-flight. Do you know how fast you were going there, son? Hike.
Intercepted by number 26.
There are no mulligans in football, Dave. The quarterback takes a bogey on that one. The offense will be looking to turn that turnover into points on this drive.
And he goes down. Sacked down at the 8-yard line.
Black 21. Black 21.
The secondary backs off into deep coverage. There's a flag on the field. Forced out of bounds. Well, we'll see if that holds up after the penalty. Okay, Mike, well, we've waited all game. Let's hear who the stud of the game is.
Clayton, for the home team, answered the challenge today. He's my stud of the game. He could have easily came up short today, but he definitely lived up to the billing.